What's going on? First question coming in from Kevin Otto. Does Joe Flacco make any sense for the Bengals as a backup quarterback and mentor for Burrow? I'm going to say no.
It does, I guess, a little bit from a veteran presence mindset.
You want Joe Flacco mentoring
I
Joe
said
Burrow.
a little bit. I didn't say all of it. In reality, of the rookie quarterbacks, Burrow is the one who needs it the least.
I agree.
He's the oldest of the group. He's played at a high level at LSU. He's not someone who I think needs to know the ins and outs of the NFL. And then on top of that, like, his dad was a coach for a long time in college football. So I think you'd be okay rolling without a veteran backup mentor type guy. And I think in the end, Mitch, you're right. You'd probably prefer somebody else. Maybe try and get Josh McCown out again.
That'd be pretty interesting. I'd be on board with that. Let's now go to Gardner Minshew. What's
also
up?
Looks like Mitch.
A little bit. Do I pass?
Soul patch.
So does Gardner Minshew pass for 3,500 yards and 25 touchdowns? And appreciate it. My mustache. Whose is better, mine or Gardner's? Let me know.
I think that's doable, especially from a volume perspective. My expectation is that Minshew's going to be behind in a lot of games.
Yep. I think the yards is doable. The touchdowns, I'm not going to give him 25.
21 last year. 25's not that much these days. Less than 2 per game.
No, you're not wrong. I just think, like, it's that second year.
Right.
No, I'm not going to say that. It's the second year. Teams get an entire offseason to study for you a little bit more. And I think one of the reasons why Minshew did so well is because NFL teams didn't know who was going to be the quarterback for some of those weeks. And I do think that's a part. This year, I think we know it's going to be Gardner. I'm going to take a step back. I don't think he gets 25. I do think he gets plus 350 or 3,500. Okay, let's go to William. What's up, brother? Will the 49ers sign Larry Warford? So, good player. I would actually say probably a top 5 free agent at this point now. At age 29 at the guard position, can kind of play some different areas. I do think it's intriguing for the 49ers. What do you think?
I think from a need perspective, it's definitely something you'd want to consider. Your right guard right now is Tom Compton. Yeah. Maybe you play Justin School over there, which I think actually might be their plan. I think the issue for San Francisco is that they do have some money left. That is going to George Kittle. Like that is how they're going to allocate that. Warford allegedly wants about $7 million per year, which I think is maybe more doable for a team that needs a guard. I think the Lions should have interest there. I think that maybe the Browns should have some semblance of interest. The Bengals should have interest there. I think there's enough potential interest out there for Warford that the Niners don't end up ranking as the most likely destination.
Let's go to David Renteria, Big Chungus. What record will the Cardinals have this year? So, David, you and I are kind of thinking on a similar wavelength. I was kind of talking about this earlier. So how many wins, Tom, do you think the Cardinals have this year?
Look, they went 5-10-1 last year. I think they'll be better this year. I still have concerns about that defense. I think the offense is going to be fun. If there is a surprise sleeper team, I think the Cardinals make a lot of sense. They're also playing in a brutal NFC West.
Correct.
I think 7-9 is probably going to be my guess, which is still growth and improvement.
Tom's going to type his N for no. So will the Cardinals have a winning record this season? Give me a Y for yes. Give me an N for no. The Cardinals are going to be like my sleeper team, but I think it's starting to get to a point where so many people have them as their sleeper team that you can't really consider them as a sleeper team anymore. I personally think that the Cardinals don't have a winning record either. I think that they're like an 8-8 football team.
Oh, okay, coward.
Well,
stick by your bold prediction.
My bold prediction, sure. I think they could take that next step, but I don't know in that division. That's 6 tough games. That is a guaranteed 6 tough games in that division. So give us a Y for yes. Give us an N for no. Let us know in the comment section. If you do think the Cardinals are going to have a winning record, guess what? Maybe you want an Isaiah Simmons jersey. Maybe you want a Kyler Murray jersey. Bottom line, if you want an NFL jersey, you can go to chatsports.com/NFL jersey. And when you go to that link, okay, you can get any team. But right now, it's auto-populated with the top jerseys on the top. And a lot of those top jerseys are the rookie jerseys. Mm-hmm. So if you got a favorite team, if you got a favorite player, we do have a special deal for you. These are high-quality jerseys. All you got to do is go to chatsports.com/NFL jersey. I see it in the comment section.
They are the official NFL jerseys,
yes.
Just so we're clear.
I mean, if you want to get a Rams one, I'm sure it's probably in there as well. But I don't really recommend it. Go to chatsports.com. Actually, somebody get one and let me know, what does the bone-on-bone look like? Going to be some graphical pictures. Let's go to Jason. What's up, brother? Hey, Mitch and Tom, what former Cowboy defensive tackle do you see the Raiders signing? Also, Mitch, what would you grade the Raiders' defense? Raiders defense, I'll give a B, B+. I'm not going to be able to give them an A.
Y'all are kind of. Can I just drive in here? The Raiders defense was not good last year.
Bad.
We're aware, they were bottom 5, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I'm just making sure that that's a pretty big jump to have in 1 year.
Oh, I agree.
I think
B's doable.
C's probably what you're aiming for because the Raiders were a D last year.
You go out, you get
defense,
the top
guys.
linebacker, Corey Littleton. You add Nick Kwiatkowski, Carl Nassib, which I really like.
Nassib's the third name off your list, so that's not a good sign.
I'm doing it in order.
Okay.
So Carl Nassib, and then I like the move that they just made with Prince Amukamara.
Okay.
You address the need, I think, in the draft with Damon Arnett, Amik Robertson. I like some of the moves that they made, and
Sure,
I think they're a
too.
younger football team. Demarius Randall, throw him in there. You didn't have Jonathan Abram, who you drafted in round 1. I'm going to give the Raiders a B.
I think a C might make a little bit more sense there.
And if you're a Raiders fan...
Also, the answer is Tristan Hill, by the way.
No.
Tristan Hill for PJ Hall. Who says no? Who says no?
So, and also, if you're a Raiders fan, or if you love the NFL, or if you think I have a halfway decent mustache, you can give me a follow on IG at Mitchell Renz 365. Let's now go to Aiden. What up, dude? Could the Chiefs pull off a mega trade for a cornerback?
They could. Here's the problem. If you're getting a good cornerback, like an actual good one that you, of course, would want to pay, you probably are going to have to move Chris Jones in that deal. And I'm not sure that's a worthwhile risk for the Chiefs. Because Chris Jones is awesome in your defense.
I mean, I think if you were the Chiefs, if you wanted a cornerback, I think with the free agent market the way that it was just a week ago with, a guy like, Prince Amukamara, with a guy like Logan Ryan, I mean, there were some halfway decent options out there. I think if you needed a corner, you would have went out and got one. So at least that's just my opinion. Let's now go to Jeremiah Robinson, and everyone tell Jeremiah what he needs to do. So chances Jadeveon Clowney goes to the Titans. So actually, Jeremiah, we will have a show out on the channel about the top destinations for Clowney. And yes, the Tennessee Titans, they will be on there.
Coming out very soon.
Very, very soon.
So stay tuned for that.
Let's now go to AC. What up, AC? Should the Vikings sign Logan Ryan? They have $13.1 million in cap space.
I am not convinced that Ryan is the ideal fit for the Vikings because you have guys that can and have played nickel corner.
Yep.
Jeff Gladney, Mike Hughes. So you could play both of them on the outside.
Absolutely.
And if you don't trust maybe Cameron Dantzler to be ready in year 1, I think it does make some more sense. Honestly, if I'm Minnesota, I'd probably explore defensive end edge rusher first instead of corner.
Be interesting, or you could just maybe bring back Everson Griffin. AC, appreciate the question. So if you want a shout out, I want you to follow me on Instagram right now. It's at Mitchell Renz 365. I'm going to leave this up here on screen for like 10, 15 seconds. So the very first people, if you're trying to grow some Instagram clout, to give me a follow on IG, I'll give you a shout out. So I see Jaden Arroyo 23, and then Marriott the Great. Those are the people that followed me so far. So if you want a shout out on IG, also if I missed your question, you can always hit me up. It's at Mitchell Renz 365. Let's now go to Paul. What up, Paul? Rank Matt Stafford on a scale from 1 to 10, 96 beers.
Okay, yes, great answer. No one knows what that means. There is a bet in-house that I made 3 years ago, I think right now, that Stafford would be on the Lions the next year, and I've doubled down twice. I am now owed a 96 beers as a result.
Yeah. So Matthew Stafford.
Shout out, Matt.
Matthew Stafford on a scale from 1 to 10. 1 being terrible, 10 being the best quarterback in the league. I'll give him a 7.
Okay.
I think Stafford. I mean, we're basically in the same ballpark. Let us know.
He's good.
1 through 10. He also had a great year last year before he got hurt. We do have a super chat rolling in, and remember, you can use hashtag NFL. There's a lot of questions that come in, or you can just jump the line and super chat like King J did. Anthony Harris trade to the Cowboys.
I don't think so. I think at this point, Minnesota's going to keep him.
Yep.
We'll see if that ends up being a freezing cold take in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. I think it made some sense, but the Cowboys have Clinton-Dix. They have Xavier Woods. Harris would be expensive from an extension perspective.
Yep.
I'm not sure that's a route the Cowboys want to pursue at the current moment.
Also just got followed from Traveling BDM, J. Cole 315, The Boys, and 843 William. Appreciate the follows. Continue to give me a follow, give you a shout out. Let's now go to Carpet Shelf. Who signs Marcus Golden?
So the Giants applied the super rare UFA tender, which is never used, but it's basically would pull a player back to the original team, which in this case is the Giants, if he isn't signed by like July, mid-July, I think is that. I might be off on that one. I want to say July 22nd.
Okay.
So I think the Giants end up back with him for one more year, and I think Golden's kind of caught in the Clowney Griffin whirlpool, I'll call it, which I guess makes sense of those guys got to sign, then the market will develop instead for Golden.
Okay, so how about this, Tom? I want a sleeper MVP candidate in 2020. Okay, I mean, I expected a lot out of Lamar Jackson. I thought he was going to have a good year. However, I'll be honest, I never anticipated 1,200 rushing yards, 36 touchdowns, MVP-type season. So give me a sleeper MVP candidate for 2020. I don't want to hear Patrick Mahomes. I don't want to hear Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson. No. A sleeper MVP candidate in 2020. Before you steal mine, I'm going to say Kyler Murray.
Okay, because I was going to ask if he counts as a sleeper candidate.
I do. I think so. He's year two. Year two quarterback. I'm going to go with Kyler Murray with new wide receiver. Oh, there's some Daks in there.
I don't know. I don't think Dak qualifies as a sleeper. He was like third in the MVP odds, so he should be considered a front runner.
Saquon Barkley, Tom.
Ooh, you know what?
Josh Allen.
Look, the Jason Garrett's offense is going to give the ball to Saquon Barkley like 400 times, so I like that. Saquon Barkley's a good one.
I actually also like the Josh Allen one, right? So imagine Josh Allen.
I don't as much.
Wins the AFC East. He has a good season. He can run. Running does help, I think, when in terms for a quarterback. It wouldn't surprise me, let's just say, if Josh Allen would come out with like an 800, 900 rushing yard season. They win like 12 games because of that defense. People put him in the conversation.
Okay, that's fair. I'm still waiting on him to be a 60% completion guy in the NFL.
Baker Mayfield.
Hasn't happened.
Baker Mayfield's not that bad of one either.
Okay.
Could have a nice.
That counts as a sleeper.
All right, we'll continue to move on here. We got another super chat. King J, appreciate you. Is AB that much better than Jordan Lewis?
He means Anthony Brown, not Antonio Brown. Feel free to type in FAB in the comments. The hard truth that Cowboys fans don't want to admit is that even though I think Lewis is a little bit better than Anthony Brown, there's really not that much of a difference between Jordan Lewis, Cheeto, and Anthony Brown right now, except for their contract situations. Anthony Brown got extended. He got re-signed to a multi-year deal. Lewis and Cheeto didn't. Also, he's not that much better. In fact, I think he's a little bit worse, but I think that's a debate.
Producer Dylan brought up an interesting point about Russell Wilson should be able to count because he's never won one. I guess that means Drew Brees counts too.
All right, next up from Aaron Hillard, how good do you think Chase Young will be? I think he's going to be great.
I think he's going to be great too, but there is a part of me that wonders if he's like the next Jadeveon Clowney, a player who has all this hype. A player who has all the athletic and abilities in the world, and yet gets to the NFL, and I think gets a little bit overmatched. I don't know if that's the right word, because like Clowney in high school, Clowney in college was just the biggest dude, strongest dude, fastest dude.
Yeah, there's
a part of me that worries that's going to be Chase Young.
There's the adjustment period. But I think Young has proven that he's not just this freak athlete. He's a bigger player as well, and it's not like Clowney's ever been bad in the NFL.
I don't want to say that.
So, like, honestly, if you end up with a Clowney caliber player, you should probably be pretty happy in the end.
No, I hear you. So how good will Chase Young be? Let us know if you want. So NFL rookie jerseys also, if you want to get a Chase Young jersey, you can go to chatsports.com/NFL jersey. Let's go to King J, who is just all over this show. Why won't Dak take the reported deal for 5 years, $35 million? Take it away.
It's a good question, and we broke it down in the Cowboys report that this is by no means a not fair offer. This is a fair offer from the Cowboys. But, Mitch, if your contemporaries all signed 4-year deals so that they can, re-enter the market down the road, wouldn't you want a 4-year deal?
Sure.
Wouldn't you want to be the same as what the other people got, right?
Yes.
You would want to have a similar type of thing there. And the most important reason is, why would you take an offer now that will be there in 2 months, but has a chance of becoming better in 2 months?
Yes, because the salary cap?
No, because that's when the deadline is to work out an extension. Watson might get extended there. So for Dak, there's no downside to not taking the deal right now. It's not like it's going to suddenly disappear. That's not where they're at in the negotiation. So I know it's weird to have the quarterback still unsigned, but the Cowboys have done this repeatedly. Zeke Elliott, DeMarcus Lawrence, Des Bryant even. The top guys who are getting paid among the top players at their position, unless they take a distinctly team-friendly deal like Tyron Smith did, they wait till the last second to get those deals done. So if you're Dak, you're like, okay, well, that deal is going to come later. I'm not going to sign this one right now.
Cool. If you guys love talking, debating sports, chat sports, it's the channel for you. So join the club. hit that sub button, and also you can see the bell. Turn it on so that way you don't miss a video. Bottom line is, I don't like talking sports by myself. Tom does like to talk by himself, but we enjoy talking sports with y'all. So if you want to have that two-way conversation, if you want to get questions on the show, if you want to get your votes in, subscribe to Chat Sports, hit that sub button. And also, you see that link below, youtube.com/chatsportstv? Send it to your friends. Have them join the party. We got a super chat coming in here from Adrian. How will Teddy do? So Teddy Bridgewater do with his new weapons in Carolina?
I think he'll do pretty well, and I think Bridgewater might be good enough to keep the Panthers out of the Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence range. Because that defense is so overhauled, it's so young, it's just not going to be good.
I think Teddy Bridgewater is going to be an average quarterback. I think the thing that I'm a little bit worried about is people are going to expect what he did in New Orleans, and I don't think that's fair for Teddy Bridgewater.
The offense in New Orleans was very much a short passing offense.
Perfect for him.
Which I think you can do with DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel, a little bit less so with Robbie Anderson, but McCaffrey for certain.
Absolutely.
My biggest concern is actually the offensive line. I don't think it's that good. So I worry about Bridgewater having time, but again, a quick passing offense fits that pretty darn well. I think the defense is what's going to hold that team back just because it's going to take time to build that up, guys.
There's a lot of holes in that defense, but that's what happens when you lose, what? It was like 11 players in free agency
and
plus.
There's a reason they spent every single draft pick on the defensive side.
Plus
it was well
you lose
worth it.
Luke Kuechly. Let's go to Mark. Last question, and then to the other super chats, we'll put them on the next Q&A. So which team will go from last to first in 2020? I mean, I'll go with my team. The Arizona Cardinals are in there. Could you pick another team?
Your contenders are the Dolphins. I don't think so this year. Bengals, no. Jags, no. Chargers would be interesting. Maybe. Redskins, no. Sorry, producer Alicia. Detroit, I don't think so because I don't really trust Matt Patricia, but I think they'll be a decent contender. I don't think the Panthers are there yet.
Nope.
So it comes down to the West teams.
Yeah.
Cardinals, Chargers for me.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. So, Mark, appreciate the question. If we missed your question, you could hit me up on IG. It's at Mitchell Renz 365 or Tom at What Going Downey.